I'm on the way to Woolly Weekend, which is at Kelly House in Kelly, Lifton. Now this is a small show, but it's going to be quite a nice show because get a chance, because it won't be as busy as say Craft for Crafters or Wonderwool or anything like that. You get a nice opportunity to chat amongst the other stallholders, which is sometimes nice, and particularly at the end of the year of shows where everything's been super busy. Doing a smaller show is quite a nice relaxing way to go out as such. So I just thought I would give you a little podcast now just to show you how beautiful it is outside. It's the 11th of October, a bit crisp in the air, so I've got my cowl on. This is my malachite cowl, the pattern, but this is knit in my Harlequin double knit on the sparkle base, so I'm not sure you can pick up the sparkle there, but I'm going to pan round in a second, show you my view of Dartmoor. So okay, so this is just a little bit of video over Darrin's shoulder. Just waved for us. I'll show you a bit of Dartmoor. You can see the mist burning off the fields this morning, a couple of sheep out there. Yeah, I am stuck in the back because Madam... Hello, Patch. Patch. You going to say hello to everybody? Hello, baby. Is pride of place next to Daddy.
She's grabbed shotgun.
Yeah, she did shout shotgun, so it's my own fault. So that's a shot of this morning. Beautiful, sunny view. Okay, it's October and I'm just looking over Darrin's shoulder and you can see that it is truly October at last. We've got weather for this time in the morning, this time of the year, so none of that funny business that we had in September. As you can see, there really is like nothing to see. Oh yeah, so it is Sunday, the last day of Woolly Weekend. I'm all wrapped up nice and warm, because as you can see, it is as cold as it looks outside. Sorry for the wobble there. The plan for today is to just have as much fun as possible and meet some new people, sell some wool if I can. Maybe eat cake, that would be good. But generally just, you know, catch up with people that I haven't seen for a while, fellow stallholders and stuff. And then home, put my feet up, head into a couple of weeks of production. I've got a few bits and pieces to do before the last show on the 25th of October, which is the Westcountry Embroiderers Guild AGM. So probably take a couple of pictures if I can again today, and then I will catch up with you at the end of October and talk to you more about that particular show, and then we'll be back at HQ where I'll run through a couple of the things that will be in the next update. Okay, so I'll catch you later, guys. Good morning, it's the 25th of October. I apologise for the wobble in the camera there, but it's quite a turny road. on our way to Totnes, where I will be having a stall at the Westcountry Embroiderers AGM, so that's their annual general meeting. I've done this one for probably the last 3 years maybe, so I think this is my 4th year, so it's quite nice to be back. Familiar territory, as you can see, but quite a lot with me today. So hoping to do well, fingers crossed. I will podcast if I don't manage to get any video at the end of or throughout the day, then hopefully I will be able to podcast later. If not, I shall definitely be back at HQ rounding off the podcast for you. Okay, so apologies once again for the wobble, but good morning. Cheers. We're back at the studio now, and it is Monday, so a couple of days after the show. Had a really fantastic time, so thank you to everybody from the Westcountry Embroiderers Guild. It was really nice to see all of you again, and it was really inspiring and exciting to you know, get to see other crafts and things. Here's a patch. And yeah, I mean it was really good. I came away really inspired, and not only did you have the work, some of the work displayed from the members, but you also had they have a talk there, and they have somebody come in and do a little bit of show and tell about what they do and so on. And the lady they had in this time was I completely forget her name. I want to say Anne. I'll put it all in the show notes because I've got her name written down. And she was a costume maker. This isn't a professional thing, this is purely a hobby, but her work is fantastic, and some of her techniques are really quite interesting. Because I'd left textiles behind and moved more into wool, I guess I'm sort of out of touch and a little bit behind about different techniques and so on. And so it was quite nice to hear about her journey through her city and guilds embroidery lessons that she did, the courses, and also her own experimentation and so on thereafter. And it was really interesting to see the work, and it's quite different from fashion as such that I used to do for a living, so it's on the more arty side, which was quite nice, and it always gets you inspired. And so it really made me want to come home and, you know, get out my machines and start doing more textile-y things. And so I managed to clear a little bit of space in my stock room because we did a sort of reorganisation. I think I mentioned that I was after some boxes to help me organise again. And anyway, that aside, that sort of all being rearranged and so on, I managed to salvage my space. It's a very small space, but it's going to be my creative space, so I'm going to hope to start to get back into practicing textile arts again, because in this job, when you're working and you're constantly creating supplies day after day, your own work gets a little bit pushed to the side, and so you don't do as much as you used to do, which is okay because you're replacing that with something instead that pays the bills, and you know, so therefore it has to be kind of done. And even if I worked full-time for somebody else, there would only be so much time that I could put aside from my own work. But before now, I haven't really had a huge amount of space dedicated to just me so that I can play with stuff. So as you can tell, I'm really excited, and I've got lots of ideas in my head, and probably none of them will come out in any sort of, you know, quick time frame or anything, or they probably won't be hugely successful at first, but I just want to get those machines out into that space and start working again. And you know, even if it's just starting a sketchbook again or something like that, it will be interesting. It will be nice, and hopefully I'll be able to get a bit more stuff like this, like the dress done, to show you. So it'll offer something a little bit different to my usual sort of spinning and knitting and shop talk and that kind of thing. So excited, and I hope that it will mean a more exciting podcast for you guys. So look forward to that. So anyway, I thought I would, having come back from the show, I would probably sort of want to round off where I am in terms of my own making stuff, and then also give you a little bit of heads up on what's likely to show up in the shop over the next couple of weeks before I get a chance to podcast again. So let's start with those all-important finished items. First one you can see, and I will have to kneel up a bit, so excuse my tracksuit bottoms. I am in work clothing. I'm only wearing this just purely for the podcast today, so I'm not usually this uncoordinated in my colour combos, okay, but this is my full jacket. I remember showing you some podcasts ago work in progress, and I also mentioned a few podcasts ago that this was finished, and I'd given it to my mum and asked her if she wouldn't mind crocheting binding down the front, purely because her crochet is, well, she's been doing it so much longer than me. Hers is brilliant, and mine, I was just worried after doing all of this work knitting my cardie that I wouldn't have a nice finish, so thanks mum. So as you can see, this is my full leaves yarn. So that's a variegated colour. It's like almost a magenta colour red with yellow and then like a wood brown. So in singular colours, because you can buy this colour in the shop, SarasTextureCraft.com. The singular colours are cranberry, wood and mustard. And then down the bottom you can see I've graduated that into a full cranberry and then done my fancy edging. The pattern for this is, well, I've done it a few times now, so I'm going to link that all in the show notes for you so you can find it. It's a free pattern and I do recommend it. As I say, I've done it a few times now. It gives a nice fit across the shoulder, and it's kind of, the way it falls open, it's almost an A-line finish, so it's something quite nice just to throw on if you're, you know, doing the shopping or, I don't know, picking the kids up from school, that kind of thing. But it's also something you could knit to a more dressier effect, and you can easily lengthen sleeves, lengthen the body and so on. But I just thought this was quite a nice fit the way it is. So if I show you on the back as well, you can see that graduation a little bit better. And it's all in one circularly knit. Again, I will link the pattern in the show notes for you. The other thing I managed to finish was, and if you're a member of the family watching this, please look away now and don't come back. Full love to you, but yeah, this, please don't look. Okay, you gone? Alright then. This is a hat. Very basic hat. It's Laura Lineman's Starving Musician. So that's the shorter version of a Starving Artist hat. And that, I will insert the pictures here. As you can see, that is made from one of my semi-solids in coloured denim. Hopefully you'll be able to see that a little bit better on the pictures. And I think that's just a nice basic knit, and the colour knits up quite nice. You do get some different levels of saturation in the semi-solids. So you do kind of get, because of the rib, it kind of spirals and it does nice things, so it's not just a solid colour, so there's a little bit more of an interest in terms of knitting. And it was a quick knit. I think I knitted it in an afternoon, so totally recommend the pattern. Again, I'll link that in the show notes. And then the final thing I want to show you today is something that I'm working on. I've finished and then I'm working on a couple of other things, but at the moment I can't show you what they are because they're a secret. So hopefully when that's all done and they're out and everything, I'll be able to show you a little bit more. But this is what I'm currently working on. This is in my Wendy Fowler pottery yarn bowl. You can find her on Etsy and I will link her in the show notes. And I am knitting with my variegated colour malachite, which hasn't been on the website in yarn form for a little while, but will be over the next couple of weeks. And I've started a cowl. This cowl is my own pattern, so you can find that on my Ravelry design page and on my website, SarasTextureCraft.com, and it's called the Spiral Cowl. And as you can see, there's a spiral knitted effect to it, and that's come up quite nice. It's almost spiraling the variegation in it, and I quite like the way that's coming out because actually it does really look like a malachite stone. So enjoying that, that's nice TV, simple knitting. And yeah, that's it for whips and finished projects and that kind of thing. So quick shop news. I will show you the second colourway now for the Fibre Club and Yarn Club. I will show you a picture here. And as you can see the fibre and the yarn in there. This colour is called Social Butterfly, and the idea was taken from one of the butterflies that I like. And very hard to see in this light, but that's the fibre. So purpley colours through to touches of brown in there as well. So really, really nice colour. Everybody seems to really enjoy it so far. If you are interested in buying that colour for yourself, then that will be in the shop from January, where I'll release all of the colours from this latest club. The next club, people have been asking me about this, the next club I have changed the name, so really important to look now for the Colour Club. The Colour Club is essentially a 3-month subscription club, as were all my previous clubs, and it's a combination of all of those clubs. So I'm bringing all of those clubs together under one unique title and listing, so that you don't have to look too far for all of those options. And I'm also introducing back the Bat Club as well, which will be an element within the Colour Club. So what you'll find on that listing is a text that will give you information about what the Colour Club is, all the important dates, and then you'll get the options up the top. At the moment, that listing, and it's important to know, is marked as out of stock. So what you will need to do to register your interest is to select the option of club that you want and then fill in your email address to that alert system. What that will do is that creates a spreadsheet for me on the back end where I can see the interest levels for each option of the club, so I kind of have a better idea when it comes to putting those stock items on of how many people are likely to want what element, because my spaces are limited as always, because the club will open December 1st, so that's the first important date, and that's when you can start purchasing. From that date, running alongside that date, I will be producing for January's Craft for Crafters show. So spaces will be limited because I need to do X amount of design work within that time, and then thereafter all of my shows start for 2015. So I only have so much time to be able to produce specifically for the club. So important dates, December the 1st. If you've put your name into the alert system, then on December the 1st you will get an email alert letting you know that the club is up. If for any reason you don't get that on December the 1st, or by the end of the working day, December the 1st, London time, then please come onto the website and the listing will be up. Okay, going back to what the Colour Club is. It's a 3-month subscription club, so you can choose from either having a single or a double dip, which means 100 or 200 grams of fibre in either 100% wool base or luxury bases. These are all priced on the website. You can either have 50 grams or 100 grams of each bat, and you can either have 100 grams or 200 grams of the yarn bases. Now I dye purely on 4-ply bases for the club, so I'm going to move. Legs are dying. So or there's a combination, so you can have 1 50-gram bat, 1 100-gram 100% wool offering, or 1 skein. And the skein varies from superwash, sparkle and luxe over that 3-month period, so you'll get 1 of each base. And there will be 1 colourway per month, so if you buy a bat, you will receive the same colourway, the same fibre content as everybody else within the club who's chosen the same option. If you choose the combination, please note that the bat, the yarn and the fibre will all be the same colour, but obviously there'll be different products and fibre contents and so on. So that's really important to know. What else can I tell you about the Colour Club? I think that's it really. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. If it's not, then email me. There's a contact form at SarasTextureCraft.com, and I will be more than happy to answer any questions. This is the first time I've combined all of the listings and such into one universal Colour Club. I'm hoping on the production end that will just make it much easier for me, because it means I have one spreadsheet that I can work from, so I know exactly what I'm ordering, when I need to order it, and you know what dates I need to produce all of my items and ship them. Also the ship dates are on that listing as well, so you'll have an idea when you pay, or before you pay, you'll have a clear idea of when you'll receive each of your 3-month drops. I will again open a thread on Ravelry so that we can share what we're making with the Colour Club. And I think that's about it. I think that's all I need to tell you. As I say, drop me a line. I'll answer any questions you have. In terms of the rest of the shop update, over the next week to 2 weeks, I will be listing, well, over the next week certainly, I will be listing more hand-dyed yarns, new colourways. I'll be listing more pick and mix. If you've been to the show, or if you've seen elements from the shows, and I'm pretty sure I showed you that in the last episode, I've been running a much broader spectrum of my little pick and mix table, so I'm offering you those same options on the website with different colour variations and so on, so check that out. And then hopefully I will be able to get time to list some more straight from the farm tops, because I've just had some fleeces back from processing, which are super lovely, so check those out as well. So I'm hoping to get the majority of that done this week. If not, then it will be done by next week. If you shop with me on Etsy, which is always worth a mention, Etsy is SarasTextureCrafts.etsy.com. You can find that daily I'm just adding a couple of listings here and there daily, or every other day, to increase my hand-dyed catalogue over there, so hopefully at some point it will come very close to matching what's on the main website. Obviously the main website is where you need to come for the full Sarah's Texture Crafts experience, and your loyalty points and so on. So that's always worth a mention. I think that's it. Yeah, other than that, the only thing I am working on behind the scenes is I've got a lot of pre-orders that have come in. Keep sending those in. I think for the moment, because I haven't got a huge amount of stock left from the shows now in terms of hand-dyed tops and in terms of yarn as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep everything up as pre-order and just expand the bases. So at the moment you should be able to find on there Blueface Leicester and Silk Blend, Polworth, Falkland, Merino Superwash I think. But I'll try and expand the bases on those tops so that you can come in and choose what you need. At the moment I'm able to fit in things still on the next dye day, so if you've got any orders, please place them. I'm happy to dye them. I dye every Tuesday and Thursday, so if you order say on the Monday, it will be dyed on the Tuesday, if there's room for it, which there's more than likely to be room. And then that will ship on the Friday. If you order before the Thursday, then Thursday will be the next dye day, which means I will ship the following Monday, all being well. I keep in touch with you at all the important stages of the order cycle, as it were, so you are well aware of when items are being shipped and what stage they're being processed and so on. That's it really. I think I've talked enough for today. I need to get on and edit this. I'm waiting for a courier to pick up an order for a new wholesale customer, so I'm super excited about that and kind of nervous that the courier is going to be here on time, because this is a time important order that came in late last week. So wish me luck with that, and whatever you're doing, have a really wonderful day. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I will hope to see you in a couple of weeks' time, where I'll have a little bit more time to sit down and hopefully show you some of the things that I've been working on. Maybe I've finished a few things, who knows. But anyway guys, have a really wonderful time wherever you are in the world, and I will catch you soon, so keep dreaming in fibre. Cheers guys.